A week ago, my husband was able to get a Red Wattle Heritage Hog. He was able to fabricate this into many parts, and he will, over the next few videos, show you how to use traditional cuts, how to cure the meat, and how to use all the various parts of the hog.
We are working with the Red Wattle pig today. This is day 8 from when we started the fabrication, so about 1 week ago. And so, as you have seen, the chops were put in the freezer and put in bags. They'll be used at another time. We have most of the remaining parts in process right now, and we're going to walk through what each of them are and where they're at. Many of them will be coming towards completion either today or in the next couple days when they start smoking. And then a few items will take an additional week to process, and then some will take some curing and hanging time before they're ready to use. So we're going to look at each of the products and where they're at right now. Starting over here, this is the head. The head was taken on day 1 and was brined in a salt and light spice solution for about 2 to 3 days. It was then rinsed and boiled. It was boiled in a flavorful stock of water, vegetables, and spices, no salt added, and we cooked it for 3 to 4 hours until the meat, the facial meat has become tender and pliable and is ready to be pulled off. Some of the best pieces and meatiest pieces are the cheek in here. Now, this particular pig came without the skin on it, unfortunately, so we don't have ears and some of the other parts that might sometimes be used. We'll be taking this meat and I will be separating the fat from the meat, and we will then be making a head cheese. Head cheese is using the protein and facial muscles, chopping it up, as well as sometimes meat from the hocks, the tongue, sometimes other organs such as the heart can be included. And the idea is to fully utilize all the protein found in the pig, chop it up, and have a contrast of textures and flavors and pieces all bound together within a pork jelly or the stock, which is thickened around it. Surprisingly, these pieces are not strong in flavor. Unlike liver and kidneys and such that can be quite minerally and strong, you will find that while these have soft, firm textures, the flavors are quite mild and not offensive. So while it's called a head cheese and it comes from the head, once it's put into a loaf, many people will try it, and if they did not know exactly what it was, would find it not particularly daring at all. Now, I have made a stock, the vegetable stock that this hog was boiled in. Was reduced down by half to 3/4. I brought it down as far as I thought I could flavor-wise, so that it was concentrated and not too salty. There are some natural salts in the meat, so at that point I made a clarification, which is a combination of shredded vegetables, herbs, spices, and egg whites. It's a technical process from traditional French cooking, but basically I am binding all the loose protein, fat, and things that are swimming around in there that make it cloudy, and I am catching them within the egg white and creating a raft of the flavorful vegetables, which are increasing flavors. And then when the eggs solidify and create this raft, I'm able to remove almost all of the impurities and floating pieces to get what becomes a clear stock. I do have some coloration here due to the vegetables and the boiling and reduction. You'll notice that it's relatively thickened, and I can strain it very slightly more. This came through a basic strainer. I may put it through a cheesecloth or a coffee filter to take out a little bit more particulate, but it will be clear, and when it's warm you can see all the way to the bottom of the container. The last thing I'll do here is, because I didn't take it down so far that it became a tight jelly, I will be adding some gelatin to it to make sure that when we bind the chopped up meat that we have a firm enough piece that we can slice it. I will be adding some carrots and some fresh herbs, maybe some other vegetables as garnish, which will be complementary items. They will be cooked down, and then I will set everything warm around the jelly so that it forms a loaf. We'll keep it chilled, and then it would be sliced, chilled, and served that way. I also boiled the heart at the same time. It's quite a tough muscle because it is such a strong, large muscle. I brought that tender. It will create additional texture and a firmer chew, which will contrast some of the softer muscles like the cheek. It is optional to put the ears, the eyes, the brain into an item like this. More adventurous people, and if you want full utilization, you can do so. I did not have ears available on this, as we talked about. The skin had been removed already. The eyes are removed, and I have not put them into head cheeses previously. And the pork brains also are an option that some people are concerned about that. Honestly, they have the consistency of tofu. They are soft yet firm, or maybe a stiff bread pudding. The flavor is extremely mild, and if you choose to use them, you may be pleasantly surprised. They're not very scary, but again, many people would not like to look at brains in their head cheese, so it's totally up to you if you leave them out. Alright, so we're going to assemble the head cheese. We chilled the good in that stock to make sure it reduces juiciness, and have removed the head, removed the meat, and we remove all the fat. We're really looking for the protein components of the facial muscle. This is what we have here. It's almost exclusively protein meat coming from the cheeks, mouth, and other pieces on the exterior of the face. So it's nothing very scary, and as we said before, it is tender and generally low flavor profile, but has some contrasting textures, flavors, and colors, which are nice. We're going to prepare a few things here. I have some celery leaves. We have some mirepoix here, a little bit of fennel, carrot, and onion that have been lightly blanched. And the stock was clarified. Talked about the stock. We clarified it in with some egg white and vegetable, fortified it and seasoned it to make it clear. Strained it out, so it's a traditional consomme, and we made a double or triple stock. And what we have done to thicken it is we've added some gelatin packets. We've made it to a stiff gelatin, so about 1.5 to 2 packets of powdered gelatin per quart. I'm sorry, between 2 and 3 packets per quart. 4 would be very stiff. I need this to be sliceable. I do have some natural gelatin existing in the consomme, actually quite a bit, so I don't want to go too high on my gelatin. At this time, all I'm going to do is combine everything. I have a pan which is double lined with plastic, which will help mold it and maintain the shape, and it will be chilled. Flavor profiles that I think are nice. We're going to put a tablespoon of mustard seeds in here. We're going to put a teaspoon or a little bit less of some dry tarragon. Fresh tarragon would be wonderful also, but we're in the middle of the winter, so it's a little harder to get it. Tarragon has a light, yeasty, licorice flavor, but sweet, and blends nicely with vegetables. Meat. I'm going to add in vegetable garnish. This is a random large garnish. If you're thinking about it, you're going to slice 1/4 inch or thinner slices. So these pieces will give nice contrasting color and flavor. Lightly warm dissolved gelatin. Stock in from the head. I just want to get it to all set in and without mixing it up too much, get into all the cracks, crevices. Meat was cut up large, 1/4 inch up to 3/4 inch pieces. We want some texture. The body in here. Got a peppercorn that skin from cooking. I'll pick that out. Not too concerned about how this lays. This is called random garnish. And then I will cover with a little bit of excess of the gelatin stock on tonight. Tarragon, some of the spices might float to the top. Poke some holes in here and try to make sure we've released all the air pockets. And this is your classic and very scary head cheese that nobody seems to want to make or eat until you figure out that it's really not that big of a deal. Hold up. the sides back a little bit. Make sure we've got a nice loaf pan shape. And I'll lightly wrap this. I have my celery leaf garnish also. I'd like to put that in there. Fresh celery leaf. People don't use celery leaf. It can have a little bit of bitterness to it. It's considered a throwaway most time in restaurants and at home, but traditionally it's been used as a beautiful garnish and has a unique flavor, so I think it's very appropriate to use it in salads and things in sparing amounts. We'll go into the cooler. It will sit for 2 or 3 hours. At that point it's prepared, and since it's sitting in gelatin, it could last for a period of days or weeks, refrigerated or possibly frozen, wrapped up well until you see an issue with molding and that